Okay, you should see it. There you go. We live.
Hey, we all the way live. We all the way live.
We live, 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 live. It's late, 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 late. But we live, 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 live. I'm tired, 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 tired. Oh, wait, let's check that we see our lives. I didn't get any notifications.
Oh, um,
I'm sure we're fine. Because I see the check marks
you see the check marks where?
in StreamYard.
Okay.
We live, live, live. Mm,
Yeah, it says live on mine
all
on
right.
YouTube. So if it's live on YouTube, it's more than likely live on Facebook.
I don't even check. Oh, yeah, I see live. This
Oh,
is business, baby, at
yeah,
10:51 Eastern Standard Time. Giovanni, what
I
are you,
see it.
Pacific time? Oh,
Not
you're Central Time.
Central.
Central.
Yeah,
9:51 Central Time.
Central time.
I just cannot stand this Mac camera. I just never
Mm.
look clear. I just look like I'm in this fog. Crazy.
I don't have any Mac products,
Issues? Any
but
Apple?
nah, I have a Apple business phone, but
It's just this. It's just the laptop. It's really weird because
I
what am I
did
saying?
order a new camera so that way my mukbangs could quality could
You know
increase,
what? I'm gonna do
so
that.
come down some so it can be seen. I have to figure that out though.
I'm gonna do that.
Figure that out or let my intern help me out with that.
Ooh. I have been so offline. Okay,
What you mean offline?
like today has been so busy that I have not tapped into like the socials.
Busy with your business? Oh, well then hold on real quick. Check us in and then let's dive into this business
Wait,
check-in.
actually, wait. Can we wait? Because my water's boiling. So let me go get the water. Oh, and
Well, hold
plus,
on. Let me see if somebody here that can talk to me. Nobody in the chat.
I mean, I'll hear you, but I do have our cards.
Woo!
Ooh.
Feel like we ain't checked in all year.
Girl, that is so not true.
I don't know. We'll have to run back the episodes and see if we checked in all year.
All the time.
Anybody out there?
Hello.
Anybody out there? I know it's late. Anybody out there? Shireen left me. Yo, why Shireen left me? Let me tell y'all something real quick. My
Hello.
name is Giovanni. I'm the Healthy Habits and Lifestyle Coach. And guess what month this is? It is Endometriosis Awareness Month. I am 1 in 10, baby. Stage 4 endometriosis conqueror.
Woo.
Shireen's back. Thanks, guys, for allowing me to just tell you a little bit about myself.
Of course, of course. I was listening. I
Oh,
was
you can hear me all the way over there? You must got.
I was responding to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what kind of tea you got?
Um, ginger and honey. And you?
Mm. I
It's a
got
lot
this
of
Numi brand, organic
okay.
herbal tea.
Okay.
It's Rubio's chai. Can you see it?
Oh, that sounds good. Hold on. No,
It is.
that sounds good.
Can you see
Oh, that
it?
looks nice.
See it?
Oh, is it loose leaf or is it
Can
a
you
tea bag?
see it? And a tea bag.
Mm. Giovanni,
Yeah.
how long do you keep your locks in your
Um,
twists for?
so
Yeah.
depending on how tight I want my curls and how long I want them to last,
Yeah.
I usually go at least 2 weeks. If I put them over
Wow.
if
You
I
keep
put
it twisted for 2 weeks?
Mhm. I can go even longer. And I know
Wow.
that once I take them out, they could last for like months.
That's
Um,
crazy.
so if it's
That's a
done
beautiful
right,
thing.
then it's gonna look good. But I've had some people to do them, and it
Yeah.
just like it was barely
Twisted.
a curl at the end by the time I took it out, based on how they did it. And
Yeah.
because it's so long, I had
Yeah.
to do one pipe cleaner per lock. And I
Oh
also
wait, you
used
have
to
a
have
pipe. You have pipe cleaners under in it. Oh, I didn't
they're
know
all
that.
wrapped around the pipe. You can't see it?
Oh no, no, I can see, but I wouldn't know that. I don't know
Yeah,
how it's done.
look at the end. Can you see? Hold on. Let me see.
Oh,
Can
it's
you see it?
pink.
No, it's black. You see the black pipe cleaner right here?
Oh no, girl,
That
I
is
can't
wrapped
see
around.
that. No, I
You
had no
can't see?
clue. No, girl.
Shireen. Hold
Girl, your
on.
hair is dark
Hold
enough.
on. Hold on.
It's so dark. I'm gonna take a picture, show you what you're showing me. All I see is dark hair.
Is it your Mac?
No, get lost.
Look,
Dad. Get
look,
lost. Get lost.
look, look. This is
No,
definitely not
girl.
my
Hey,
hair.
Crystal. See? Exactly. Crystal can't tell either. I'm not the only one.
Hold
Shoot.
on, guys. Hold
Thank
on,
you, Crystal.
Crystal. Hold
Crystal,
on,
all we see
Shireen.
is hair, right?
Look right here. You see how this looks totally different? You see where it's bent? The pipe cleaner is bent
Giovanni,
right here.
it just looks like your hair is twisted up. That's all it looks like to me. You see? And I got locks and she don't, we
Look,
won't
look right
know.
here. You see how this black furry thing is around my lock? That's not my hair.
I'll just wait till you hear me say I can't tell the
Okay,
difference.
it's all right. I heard you and Crystal. All
Mm,
right,
mm,
I'll leave it alone.
mhm.
I'll leave it alone.
Yeah,
The
but it looks
masters
good.
have spoken. Thank you. I appreciate
It
it.
looks good.
Check us
Yeah.
in, Shireen.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Open this. How you doing, Crystal? All right. I haven't shuffled these. You are right. I haven't shuffled these in a minute.
I'm telling you, I told you we probably hadn't done it in a year.
This
Oh
whole
yeah.
year.
I don't know if it. I don't know if anything. It might have been the first time in 2024, possibly.
Well, this would be the appropriate time, right on time. Listen, let me tell you about divine timing. Today, I want to go see um, a black owned um, beauty shop, a new one that just opened. It's around the
Beauty
corner.
shop.
Beauty shop that's around the corner from my studio. And
Mm.
I stopped off at the crystal store first. At the crystal store first, right? And there's an organization I was told I should go and introduce myself to. And the owner was in the store. She's usually not in the store. And she's like, "You got a store?" I've been looking in this area for maybe 2 years. She even brought it up. She's like, "You've been looking for 2 years in that area." And she goes, "You should need to tell the BIA." And then the girl turns around. I'm like, "Well, how do I get hold of them?" She's like, "She's right here." The girl was in the store. Yeah, perfect timing.
What does BIA stand for?
I do not remember. It's like
'Cause I
business.
was about to say business internal affairs, but I had no idea. But I didn't know if
I
I was
have like
supposed to know. I didn't
Business
know if it was a
Institute
Canadian.
Association. I don't even know. I
I
even
was
asked
like,
the
was this a
girl, and she was like,
Toronto
"Yeah, I don't know."
term, Canadian term? Was I
No,
supposed to know what the BIA
the
is?
BIA, right? The
Right. Great.
BIAs, the
We're
CIAs,
grateful you're here too,
BIAs.
Crystal. We're grateful you're here too,
Right.
Crystal.
I think. Okay, we got. Look, I'm gonna just grab this one.
I mean, the way you shuffling, I thought you was about. I was about to ask you. You know, what Deuce is wild. We playing Joker, Joker, Deuce
I
Spade, Deuce
I
Diamond.
don't
What we
know. I don't even
doing?
know if this is the
Going
right one.
straight face because the way you were shuffling over there.
I don't even feel this is it. This says
My, and then you speaking that over the card.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna throw that down.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness! See how long it's been?
yeah, that's okay. This jumped. That's okay. See?
Business
You see?
impact and analyst.
Analysis. I like that. Business
My
impact analysis. I like
analyst
that. But we
analysis.
ready. We ready.
Thank you. We read. Oh, now you feeling good about that card.
It
Thank you,
jumped,
Crystal.
and then I jumped. Listen to me. I was supposed to throw that one down, girl. I just told you about Divine Diamond. This one jumped. This one says foundation. This one says, "What's the best thing that has happened to you this month?" Bam. That's a good card,
That's a great card.
right?
You can
Alrighty.
go first.
I cannot. I cannot.
You can go first.
Alrighty. A few great things have happened. Uh, the best thing, man, shit. My business, my studio is opening. This is tiredness. I'm not even gonna lie. This is straight tiredness. Like,
What was your answer? Can you run that back, please, again?
sir, what I said was, man, shit. No. Oh no.
Okay.
We should restart this.
We should not. We won't be here long, guys. We won't
No,
be here long.
no,
We'll be
we
joining
falling
you
asleep
in your
already.
sleep.
The key in and the cat is all the tiredness. Alrighty. The best thing that has happened that is yet to come is Saturday,
Okay.
March the
The best
9th.
thing that has happened that has
I
yet
can
to
say it any
come.
which way I want. It's mine.
Okay. I got you. I just wanted to make sure I was
No,
understanding.
you got it. You got it. You got it the way you're supposed to catch it. This is what it is. Thank you. The best thing that has happened is my studio is opening this Saturday.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
All right. So if you're listening, watching, oh yo, I forgot to look at Instagram. I always forget. Oh shit, I didn't even go live on Instagram because you have to hit a separate go live.
Man, I am so excited for you, Shireen.
Girl,
I'm so excited for you, and you're gonna tell us all about it, right? As soon as we
I
finish,
guess so. In
you're
this
gonna
talk,
tell us
oh,
all about how
I think
this
I think
podcast openings, podcast studio, production studio, perspective
studio
studio
productions. We
productions.
got some things
This
to
whole
produce.
brand opening on Saturday. That's like in less than 48
Oh,
hours, isn't it? I
I am
am.
gonna go live. Crystal's
Ooh.
asking if I'm gonna go live. Girl, I'm gonna go
Oh my
live
God.
from
You're
the
going
studio.
live
Live
live?
and direct.
Wait, you're going live on which channel? You going live on YouTube?
I'm gonna go live. Crystal, Crystal, you follow? Let's not start this question again.
Go
Crystal,
ahead.
you follow me on Instagram?
I,
Just give me flashbacks, Giovanni.
I think you should go live definitely on YouTube.
On YouTube? Yeah, that is the choice.
You're following Shireen on Instagram, Crystal?
No Insta. Love you still, but I'm gonna shake my head at you.
At me?
No, not you.
At Crystal?
At Crystal.
Why?
Okay, I won't. Damn, Crystal, that's how you know you family. You just get
I don't think
defensive.
she has Insta. I don't think she has Insta. And
Oh, look at Crystal.
the only reason why I feel like that is because she said you're a part of her morning routine, and that's always on YouTube. So I feel like if she had that, she would probably say it in different, like,
I
like
don't
say
know.
you're on different
Crystal,
channels.
I'm not gonna guess. Do you have Instagram?
She said no Insta.
No, I just figured she's not following me on Insta. That doesn't mean she doesn't have. Oh, does that mean you don't have Instagram?
I think that's what it means, Shereen.
Well,
But I know
Crystal,
you need to
you
catch
let
it.
us know.
Slow pitch it to her, Crystal, so she can catch it. It's a little late.
Damn, Crystal. No to that Insta. All right, Crystal, I got you. Shoot, but slow pitch it. I need
Good
the under pitch, not the over pitch. That's the
Slow.
under pitch, Crystal. I caught it. I hit that one.
So for me, you know what?
Let me hear it. I gotta fix this camera. This is driving me nuts.
This is it's a bittersweet thing.
Ooh.
But you said for this month. And so this month I paid to be a vendor in the Sumter Vegan Festival.
That's wicked.
And so I was really excited about it. Really, really excited about it. And I had already started connecting with like other people that were going to be vendors.
That's smart. You reached
out.
Yeah,
I did. And one shout out to Fidelis Farms and Fitness.
Okay.
She is located in Augusta, Georgia, and she's going to be on the podcast.
That's
And
wicked.
guess what else? I know
What?
you could hear me when you're getting your teeth. She also has endometriosis as
Oh
well, and
wow.
so so she's going to share her journey of strength. So she was a
That's
vendor, um, and so but today, unfortunately, I was told it was canceled. So I was really
what?
excited about it, and then
Wait. What was
that
canceled?
was the
The
festival. Yeah,
oh no, Giovanni, I'm so sorry.
it's okay. It's
You didn't even
okay.
put it in our chat. Did you put it in the
I
chat? Did I miss that?
did not. It just happened this evening. I wasn't
Oh
ready
man.
to put it in writing, Shireen.
I'm sorry, boo.
But it was really exciting. I was really excited about taking my brand to a festival, and especially home to my hometown. So
Yeah.
I'm excited in the event that it's something that's going to come back around. But if not, my next opportunity would be here in Dallas for a symposium with We Can Win, a nonprofit organization with prostate cancer. And he's excited to have me be a part of it. So I'm looking forward to that. But that would be my March. I actually paid to be a vendor in a
Yeah.
festival. So my
It's
first
it's the,
opportunity.
it's the beginning, and in a festival like that's just so different. But not to harp too much, but I'm just very curious why they cancel.
I didn't really get a elaborate
Explanation?
answer on it, but I do feel like people started backing out, and then maybe some people said that the vendor fee was too expensive. So maybe it just
Oh,
wasn't aligning the way that the host wanted it to, and he really wanted to keep it going, and it just wasn't working out the way he wanted it to work out. I'm not
okay.
sure. But I was excited about it. But the good thing is I do have some podcast guests coming. I was able to make some connections. So even without it going all the way through, I think it was still a beautiful thing just to see people who were interested in
Coming
the
on a
vegan
podcast.
festival. And then the fact that he had people that were outside of the area coming into the area just to be a part of it. So I
Yeah.
definitely wanted to make sure he felt the vibes, the love and the light, just with even imagining something like that for my hometown, because you know how sometimes we deserve good things too. We just got to be ready
Oh
for it.
yeah.
It's time to really kick stuff off, and we got to make sure we're ready to support people and businesses when that time comes as well. And I know we're going to get into um, our business chat. So support
Yeah.
matters for Black owned businesses, for women owned businesses, um, for
But I want to
spaces
just say that the smartest
empowering.
thing that you did, Giovanni, was you reached out to other people that were going to be in the festival. Like that's how dope you are that you were able to reach out to other people to get to line them up to be on your podcast. And even though the festival and is not going to go forward this time around, you're already set up with some podcast interviews. Like that's pretty
Agreed.
dope,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. And
But
another journey of strength. That's my whole target audience, is to interview
yeah,
people. I thought that was pretty dope too.
yeah, and even the like it's just pretty smart to even think about, you know what, let me go see who else is going to be there. Like was there a list of who was going to
Yeah,
be?
on their thing, they had like different flyers that had vendors
Oh,
who they were going to be
right.
there. And then there was another girl that was going to be a vendor. And how about she went and saw Tabitha Brown too?
That's nice. That's
Yeah,
nice.
it was.
I might try something, Giovanni, before we get started, because like my camera quality is
Oh
terrible.
Lord, what you about? We're not about to be here all night, Shereen. What you about to try?
I
Come
shouldn't have
on, you
told you.
ready?
See, that I just like to do and not ask.
Come on, come on,
Oh, my tea. All right, hold on. You
come
just
on. It's 20 minutes in. We didn't.
it's 20 minutes in. Damn. Okay, bang. Bang
It's
bang.
it's herbal tea Thursday.
It is Herbal Tea Thursday. Giovanni, hit it. Bam, hit it.
What we hitting?
Tell the people who you at, who you are.
Yo, it's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Joel Bonnie, and I help women experiencing chronic health issues like endometriosis, polycystic ovary syndrome, heal through holistic lifestyle coaching.
I don't even
so they
got
can
to
embrace healthy habits and lifestyle changes. I'm also the host of the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Y'all, yesterday, Wednesday, an episode dropped with Jamie Nutrition. Y'all, she's a holistic nutritionist, and that episode was jam-packed with valuable vibes. Y'all gotta go check it out. Please go check it out. And when you check it out, drop in the comments tea, because you were here on Herbal Tea Thursdays, and I dropped the tea on that episode. So let me know. Go tap in. I love y'all. Thank you. That
I
was
do.
my intro.
That's
I'm
amazing.
tossing the mic to the new podcast studio owner.
Wait, I'm gonna fly you out on just to do that on Saturday. Just to introduce me on Saturday. And I'm gonna just like open the basement door.
I cannot. I would do it too. I would
I'm down
definitely
with
have
it.
done it.
I'm down with it. All right. I don't got such a great intro as Giovanni. I haven't been working on my intros, but Giovanni's been on it. Giovanni and some of the other ladies that I hang out with have been on it. But for me, man, I'm just the eeny, meeny, miny, moo founder of like Black Print. I think we're on Black Print today. And then Voices and Vibes is the podcast. And Perspective Studio Productions is our new studio. And you can book that on Peerspace today. Our website is not done because I have not had the time to do the work, but I will get to it. And you can book the studio today. So we do have a podcast room. We do have a, if you don't hype yourself, all right, Crystal, shit, coming for me in the comments. Why is it? Do the bullies come out at night? I thought it was the freaks. Do the bullies come out at night?
She said you better hype yourself up. She
I
listen to you every
know.
morning. You in her algorithm,
Oh
and you gonna
man,
come
you know
in here
what,
eeny,
Crystal?
mighty, mo.
Crystal, I'm a
This a little bitty Shireen coming through versus and
this
vibes.
itty
She said hype
bitty.
yourself up,
All right,
girl.
all right.
It's Women's
I
Month.
don't have it like that. Like I don't. I have not written it down like that.
Shireen.
Listen, I'm
We
just
done
gonna humbly
seen
say,
your whole commercials and all you got out there.
I know I gotta
You've been
learn how
doing
to.
this thing for years.
Years, girl. I'm just getting my confidence up. I'm just getting started. I'm still working on
Okay.
my confidence.
All right, my bad.
Anyhow, I just introduced myself, man. Shireen Simon, the founder of blackprint.com, Voices and Vibes, and Perspective Studio Productions. And if you're not following me, you're missing some jokes.
Gotta do a sound.
So tomorrow I'm gonna learn how to put that sound on my thing because I don't know how to. Just because I have these businesses does not mean that I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
But I'm
Let's talk
learning.
that real. Let's talk that real. Let's go on and
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. Hold on. So we got Instagram asking if we're doing a live podcast. We are the Safe Room. We are on YouTube. So if
Okay,
you
Instagram people coming on
yeah,
in.
yeah, we are. Oh wait, how let me pin something on YouTube. I mean
Oh,
on Instagram. We are on YouTube. So if you come on over to YouTube, we go live every Thursday, but we alternate who starts the live. So sometimes you see it because I start, and sometimes you see it because my girl Giovanni starts it. But technically, if you just follow us on YouTube, you get the tea on our Herbal Tea Thursdays every Thursday. Right.
every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Okay, so I didn't even pin it. Like I just said I'm gonna pin it, but I did. So what we talking about today? I will figure this out while we multitask. What we talking about today, Giovanni?
We checking in on our businesses, y'all. We checking in because it's Women's Month. We have women-owned businesses. We're both entrepreneurs, and we have various avenues that we are navigating. And so we're just going to tell y'all a little bit about it today, and kind of talk about some of the things that we are doing. So you kind of get in some background and behind the scenes type of vibes today. So that's what we're doing today. You ready,
So
Shireen?
I am ready, and I'm gonna kick it off by asking before you ask me a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Oh
Yeah.
wait, it's not a podcast. Sorry, just to answer the question, it's not a
Wait, what do you
podcast.
mean it's not a podcast?
This our talk.
No, it's alive.
There's a
But it
live.
can be. It could be. Some people could consider it
Oh
as a
shit!
podcast.
I dropped my tea. I kicked my tea. I
Okay,
kicked
Shereen,
it.
can you get it together? We're podcast hosts and we're doing a live. Some people would consider it an actual podcast. It depends on what your definition of a podcast
I
is.
mean, we're having a conversation.
We are, but isn't that what you do when you're on a podcast?
Yeah, so I have a question for you because I'm gonna just segue right on into it. Um,
Another one? Go ahead.
yeah, DJ Khaled, I do have one for you.
Let's go.
I was gonna ask you, what is the name? Why did you get started with your business?
Girl, so it was my diagnosis.
All right,
My
what were you
health
diagnosed with?
diagnosis. Yeah. Can't see it. Let me see. Can't see it. Forward vibration. Can you see my shirt?
Yeah, yeah,
Can
I
you
can see it.
see it? Can you see it? So yeah, forward vibrations, y'all. It was overwhelming. March 2020, right before the pandemic, I had my excision surgery, laparoscopic surgery, and when they went in, they diagnosed me with stage 4 endometriosis. Cysts were covering multiple organs. They had to take out my appendix. It was all on my bowels. They had to restructure, do some reconstruction of my ovaries and fallopian tubes. Everything was like all stuck together. It was just crazy in there. And they thought it was going to take 1 hour and ended up taking 4 hours. They didn't realize it was going to be as bad. They suspected endometriosis, but you'll never really know if it's endometriosis until they actually go in. And so when I got out, it was stage 4 endometriosis. They found 2 fibroids in my uterus. I had adenomyosis on the left side of my pelvic area. And then back in November of 2019, before I actually had surgery, March 2020, I had polycystic ovary syndrome. My main 2 symptoms was irregular periods. And my periods have been irregular since I was younger. And there was always a reason why my periods weren't there. Someone would tell me whether it was stress or because I was a dancer and very active, or it was something I could have eaten. Someone always gave me a reason why my period never came. My period didn't come on for a month or miss. There was times where I didn't have a period for 3 months. So irregular periods, and then excessive hair growth in areas that aren't typical for women.
Right.
And so I talked that up to like my family members, my aunt, my mom, sometimes my grandma would pluck. So I just thought it just ran in my family. I didn't realize that it was a sign of a hormonal imbalance. And so all of these diagnoses just kind of hit me at one time in my life. And it was already some major changes happening in my personal life. And then also my job at the time was a pretty toxic environment. And so my health was just screaming from the inside out, and I didn't realize it because I guess as a Black woman, you're just resilient. So you just keep going because all you know is to keep going. And I don't know. I just kind of got overwhelmed by it all. And one of my sorority sisters, who's an OBGYN, said that sometimes diet could help. And so when she said that, I got more intentional about my lifestyle changes. And I started taking out certain things. I was already pescatarian at the time. So I started getting more intentional. Then I started taking out some dairy. Then I started taking out eggs. And then the last thing I took out was seafood, the fish.
But Giovanni, when you were started to eliminate items from your diet, were you noticing, like as you were slowly doing it, were you noticing changes in how you felt?
I did. When we have surgery, people typically think we're going to wake up and feel a whole lot better, and we don't. It takes time for your body to bounce back afterwards. It takes time for the cleansing phase to kind of go. I started to feel a difference, but I also was more aware of what my body was doing when I would eat certain things, what worked for my body, what didn't work for my body. it wasn't until I took out seafood, Shireen, and the rest of the dairy that I had a total change when it came to my pain level. When I went all the way plant-based and started juicing, my periods were all the way regular, even though I've had it before. Like they were regular, but they also started to be less painful.
Yeah.
And that's what shocked me, because I heard people talk about it online, oh, go plant-based and your periods will be different. And I just be like, man, I don't know. Everybody body different. I don't know if
Right.
that's really going to work. And it did work. And
Right.
it's still working. Like, to the point where I normally will get like a little knock or some sharp pains to tell me that your period is coming on. I don't get those anymore. I got to check the app to
Wow.
make sure I don't start ready to bleed out and how many more days until it's supposed to come. So
Mhm.
like period tracking had to like become an all-time thing for me every month, um, because I needed to know when it was coming on so I can be prepared, because it's just a cleansing thing for me. Like, it's now normal to not have painful periods, and I absolutely love it, because I feel like it was the stress management, it was the dietary changes, and then it was also the movement. Like, walking with Spencer had very much so helped me with my hormones as well as my moods, because that PMS could be a real thing. And now I'm able to notice it when the mood start getting a certain kind of way, and start making some type of adjustment. So my awareness of my body and myself have increased.
So
But
when,
that's
yeah,
how I came up with forward vibrations, because I wanted to move forward and I didn't want that all of that to overwhelm me. So within my forward motion, I vibrated towards things of healing.
yeah. And at what point did you say this? I need this to be a business, and what is the business? Because I understand the healing. What I understand the healing, I don't understand the healing process. I have a friend who's recently going through something quite similar. So I check in on her and everything like that. But at what point did you say this got to be a business, and what is that business?
When I didn't know what endometriosis was until I was diagnosed with it. And then I started trying to find organizations. And the one organization I found was Endo Black, and it was a nonprofit organization. And I saw everything she was doing to try to raise awareness and then advocate for so many different issues, and for endometriosis to be a thing that people talked about and a thing that policies are being pushed for, when it comes to treatment and misdiagnosis. And then when I realized it took people so long to get a proper diagnosis and to be heard, and for their pain to be real for their healthcare providers, and that wasn't my story. That wasn't my journey. Everybody on my healthcare team heard me. They saw me, but that's because they knew me and they loved me, because I actually had a personal relationship with most of the people in my healthcare team. And so when I realized that, I was like, this isn't normal for me to be able to get diagnosed in a few months, have that surgery, insurance that can cover all of that. Like, I am so blessed that
Yeah.
I can't take that for like I can't take it lightly,
Mhm.
especially as a black female in America. And most of
Mhm.
my black females don't have that same journey. And so I say, you know what? Let's make something happen. Let's do something about it. And so I want it to be that movement of empowerment. I want it to be that space where I wanted wellness to be something that people valued. Um, and I wanted them to know that they were valuable. And so that's why I was like, let's go with wellness empowerment. I'd always had a thing for health. I just thought that I was invincible to most things. But then once it knocked on my own door and I had to overcome some obstacles myself, I was just like, yeah, let's go for it. And so when I went for it, I didn't know exactly quite what to do with it once I created it. And then I heard someone say podcasting is a great way
Mhm.
to put your business in front of audiences and people so they can better understand who you are. And I was like, oh, well, let's try it out. And
Yeah.
I could have not imagined how far forward vibrations would go if I didn't have the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. And I
Mhm.
wouldn't be able to learn as much as I've been able to learn about healing and healing empowerment without myself being courageous to get out here and do solo episodes, but most importantly, to have other people come and be visible and vocal to share their own healing journeys with me, because I'm impacted. So I can only imagine how people who actually come and listen to the episodes are able to take things that they hear and then try
Mhm.
to apply it themselves if it's something they resonate with, to see
Right.
how it works for them.
And even if they may not have a similar diagnosis, there's so much healing that can be done with your empowered plate and your empowered, which will empower your,
So
right?
much, so much, Shireen.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Because the main pillars are mindset,
Mhm.
mindful eating, and movement. And I feel like no matter where you are, what issues you're having when it comes to like health, mindset, mindful eating, and movement is, I think, it's just like a comprehensive approach to anything and anywhere you might be going through.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Um, how has it been just having your business?
It's been amazing. Um, not everything is fun, of course, because it's uncharted territory. I think being able to have support,
Yeah.
coaching, guidance, love, um, affirmations. I think it's been beautiful. Testimonies. Oh man, the testimonies, Shireen. I think that's a beautiful thing. Being able to have people actually say how I've helped or how what I've done has helped them, or helped their family. I think that's the biggest piece for me. And then having people join me in that space, the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast, just to be vulnerable and willing to just share their experiences. I just learn so much from them. I learn more from myself every single time I do a podcast episode. Um, but today I had a pre recording, and the girl was just so excited and honored, and her mom and her sister were so excited that she got invited to be on a podcast, and it just meant so much to her and meant so much to where she was on her journey, and it just made me smile to know that I could play a part like that in someone else's journey, to let them know that they are seen and they are worthy to share their journey with other people. And I think that's just what it all boils down to.
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask on this side here, because I'm just trying to fix my camera. But
Yeah,
I like that, Giovanni, because I mean, you're just helping people, and people want to talk about these things, and it's not even that they want to talk about these things. We don't talk about it enough.
that part.
We don't talk about it enough, right? So I always, and even if in these circles where we are talking about it, there's still like a huge audience that is still like, where can I get information from? Right? Like, we're even in our little circles, they're just that, so small, right? In the grand scheme of things. Let's see if this is gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work.
But yeah, that's where Four Vibrations came from. And then it birthed Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives. I have had two coaching clients thus far. It was really exciting to make my first few dollars at the
Hmm.
end of 2023. It was amazing to see them go through um, the experience, the journey. It was dope to see them create juices that they like, meals that they like. It was nice to see them feel good. It was nice to see them check in with themselves and value time with themselves and better manage stress. So I thought it was good, and challenge themselves when it came to moving their body and walking. But it's been a beautiful thing to support other people with healing. And it feels purposeful. And I think that's
It
what
is
I like
purposeful.
about it.
It's definitely purposeful. And don't you have a challenge right now, going on right now?
I do. With my Facebook group, we're doing the Four Vibrations Wellness Bingo. And challenges for me, it's not really more so for my community, it's more so for myself. to engage with other people, because it's that level of accountability, one, and then two, empowerment. Because when you see other people doing things and you see what
Mhm.
they're doing, it allows you to be like, oh, let me check that out. Oh, am I interested in something like that? Would I try that? Would I not try it? So like earlier this week, I tried Tai Chi for the first time with one
Okay.
of my Facebook members, and that was uncomfortable at first because we've never done it before. But I was
Mhm.
just so excited that we was trying something different, because people say Tai Chi is very helpful for the body. Would I
Yeah.
do it again? I don't know.
Really?
It might be like if I'm in a country that,
Mm.
like maybe like in an Asian country or something like that, I might try it again, like in person. I wouldn't just try it again doing it on video,
Oh, you
and trying
guys
to
did
do
it
it.
online.
Yeah,
You
we
don't
just
have a lot
found
of
a
people
video
doing
on
that?
YouTube. Mhm.
Oh, no, I was gonna say because I've seen a lot of people doing Tai Chi. Like even if I walk down by the lake by my house early
Mhm.
in the morning, there's usually a group there doing it, right? So you could
Do they
easily
look like us?
maybe not,
So I
but
think sometimes it
that
helps because we put our little spin on certain things, Just like when it came
yeah,
to yoga, then we had trap yoga. Like it's a way that we make it ours that can be fun, because I feel like we were doing everything we were doing, but then it was like playing our own kind of music, kind of dancing, kind of, and that really wasn't a part of the thing. What I loved the most was the massage at the end. I love that. They have this intentional practice at the end where
yeah,
like they have you like massaging, doing tempos, beating your shoulders. And that was my favorite part of Tai Chi at the end,
right,
because it was as if it was relaxing your body or making your body aware that, yeah, I was working on all of these different muscles and spots. I want to
mhm,
release that tension. I want to, yeah, that part was my absolute favorite of Tai Chi. So that's why I
yeah.
said I would try it again, but I need to be in that culture or in that realm to try it authentically and have people guide me through it. I wouldn't just do it again on a video, a
Yeah,
YouTube
but
video.
but I was thinking like if you did it in person, because even if you weren't in that type of country, just doing it in person is going to be a different experience than doing it at home, right?
I
So
could
like,
possibly open to in person, wherever it's at.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So
By the
like,
lake might be relaxing somewhere in a group.
exactly,
But I
exactly.
gotta understand what they're saying and making sure that I'm getting the direction I need. Just
Yeah,
similar to yoga. Like if I'm in a yoga class, I want you to be able to tell me if my posture is wrong. Like I
yeah.
want to do it right. So I
Well,
like
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, well, you could like even take a class or something where you're getting the technicalities of it down pat proper, right? Um, in person.
could. I'm just telling you, I'm not the one
Yeah.
looking for the next Tai Chi class. It wasn't like that. I wouldn't be
We
raising
gonna
my
push.
hand to
We
say
gotta keep it pushing, Giovanni.
that part. I would probably sign up for a dance class or something like that. That would probably be more my speed, because I think that's the big thing is when it comes to movement, doing things that you enjoy, doing things that's
Yeah.
fun, and just trying different things so you know if it works for you or if it doesn't work for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying it. I mean, I've grown up seeing it in the parks and like seeing people doing groups of people doing it. And sure, they may not all look like us, but Toronto's are also very diverse. So if I did see other people there, I wouldn't even be surprised. It may not be the majority, but there's definitely different people doing it in the morning times down by the lake by me. So um, yeah, that's pretty cool. So what's next coming up for you and your business, Giovanni?
What's next? So I'm
Mhm.
restructuring my coaching program right now, from which is really really exciting. I'm also taking a engaging in a course. I'm always learning. Engaging in a course to learn more about how to be more intentional with my support. I know a lot of people struggle with weight loss with PCOS and endometriosis. They also struggle with pain, chronic pain. So I'm really trying to get intentional on like specific foods, specific movements, even mindset, stress management activities, what energy lies within the different phases of our cycle, to really get more specific with what people can do to see if that allows their body to respond differently. Because, sometimes people say, I tried everything, but they really haven't tried every single
And
thing.
it's also like the time period. So even though you try it, like what's that consistency time period to actually start
Mhm.
seeing changes? And I feel like it's typically like around 3 months before you actually start seeing
90
drastic,
days, doing
yeah,
something 90 days
yeah,
before
before
you
you see
do it, yeah.
drastic changes, right? So
Mhm.
yeah,
I agree. One thing I didn't say, which was a February, I finished my functional nutrition course, and that was a big thing for me because I really enjoy the functional nutrition side of things because I really like the holistic healing aspect of doing things that are natural, finding foods, herbs, and different things to heal the body versus, medicine,
yeah.
drugs, stuff like that. So that was really exciting to take that course and actually finish it for that certification. So that was cool. And I'm reading a book now to help. So I'm always growing. I'm always learning. I always want more insight. I think you're always learning stuff, but I'm excited about the upgrades to my course, the intentionality, the adding more value to it. Um, so I'm excited about that. And I'm excited to be pushing my plant-based alternatives guide, which is free. So many people, I've gotten like, my sister actually really loved the plant-based alternative guide. Like she was froggy enough to click the link in the description and download it. And she said it was so nice. It looks so professional. And she just wants to put it on her refrigerator to keep her focus on the things that she could be consuming because she has adenomyosis, which is endometriosis, and the pelvic muscle. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. So somebody else downloaded it today. So I'm excited about that and just want to be able to hear people see how it's helped them because I think it's really good. I think it's very valuable and jam packed. So I can't wait to get some feedback on it and to see exactly how I can continue to help people make those swaps
Are you
and live
using
life.
the guide? Do you like go through the guide as a piece of like content?
I don't go through the guide for content. I kind of take what I already do or what I'm already eating and I show people that just so they can start getting an idea of
Mhm.
creativity. You
Yeah.
know, I'm
You could
not
do
one
both though.
to,
You could sprinkle a little bit of both. Like you could use the guide um like for even written content as well, right?
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I just actually did my first post on YouTube as written content
Girl, did you put
yesterday.
that in the chat too?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay,
Nayetta did. Nayetta saw it and she said, "This is how you get the content looking sexy."
I
I
missed
mean,
it.
I don't
I
think
missed it.
anybody really engaged in it, but it's
I
still
missed it.
different.
But
Again,
I'm gonna go
90
look
days,
for it. Yeah.
90
Yeah.
days. So
I'm gonna go
it's
look
cool.
for it on
I'm just
YouTube.
proud of myself for just trying different things. But when you're doing something every day and you're working on that consistency muscle, you're bound to try different stuff and get more courageous because you're doing it more.
Yeah.
You ready to get up here
Yeah.
and
You can
talk that
ask
talk? Because you've been
I've
for
been
this
asking questions.
non-podcast, you've really
I've
been
been
doing a great job interviewing me.
well, I mean, I gotta ask some questions. I'm asking questions. I mean, you can
So
drop a
talk that
question,
talk, Shireen. It's been a few years, I heard.
girl. I don't know. I think that for me, um, just as a woman business owner, my life is changing because I before was really struggling with balancing my corporate job and having like a side business and then um, my job was quite demanding, but which I truly enjoyed. Um, and I recently was laid off. So it's a change for me. And I've gone through a layoff before. Um, but I was more panicky the last time because like I have a family, I'm a single mom, I got a lot of financial responsibility. And I also have like a whole lifestyle of how I live, right? It's true. So, um, having the levels that I've been at for the last umpteen years It's like, okay, well, where am I? My kids are grown, and one is out of the house, one's still in the house. Um, how do I want to live? Right. And what do I want to do? And we keep talking about the studio, excuse me, sorry. The idea of having a studio came up when we were in Miami in July at the podcast summit. And so even though I've had black print for 3 years, I have
And
not.
what is black print?
Well, blackprint.com is my online marketplace, right? So that's the platform we're on, that I'm speaking on right now, on all of these sites. And we have vendors in different countries, and they have different products. But I don't feel like I've given it a lot, but not where I could get what I could give it, what I want to give it,
What type of
right?
products?
All kinds of different products. Like, we have health-based products like herbal teas and some skincare and some hair care. We've had exercise clothing and different clothing, but I would like to expand now, or not. I'm going to expand now.
Have you
Um,
ever put on any of those workout clothes and
yeah, of course, of
went out
course.
there and did
I
your
have.
runs, your
So,
5Ks?
uh, we did commercials in the park. I have bought. I'm really good at commercials. Um, I have bought a lot from the vendors on my platform. Like, I try the products, I use the products um, myself. And, then we have our audience base, which is primarily in the US, that tend to shop from us. Um, but I don't know. I think what I'm really excited about is that opportunity to do things quite differently the way I really want to do them. Not because, so I would say because of time, and really, it's like a time for me to not be scared of myself. A time,
Come on.
right? Like, here I'm going to be transparent, right? So it can get, I'm going to have all these ideas, and I will just execute one or two here. And it's probably because I'm kind of afraid to put myself out there, right? So even though you see me out here, you feel like, oh, she pretty, but I'm not. I'm pretty in my shell. So, and then on top of that, as a business owner, you start second guessing yourself, right?
All the
Um,
time.
and that, if you're not careful, can overweigh the joy of why you got started, right? And for me, I got started more after George Floyd passed away. And I was like, I have been in digital for like 20 years. I have all this experience. Let me take this experience and put it to some good use, from a community standpoint, right? Um, and so that's how that got started. But a lot of people got started that way, out in Canada and even in the US, right? Even in the US. So it's like, what are you going to do? And everyone's doing it their own way, which is cool. Um, but now that I have a different type of time, before it was, oh, I wish I didn't have a full time job because I would work on my business. I want to work on my business full time. Well, now, God, the universe just said, mm, galang, go do it all. um, and so it is a different time. It's a different time because the studio fell into my lap right before this happened. Even though I was looking for a studio, I actually was actually looking for a spot for 2 years, and then prior to, but if I'm real honest, I actually joined Dave's podcast group like 2 years ago. So I've been in and out of the morning meetup for years, and I've been rocking with Dave for a long time, whether or not they realize it. But I actually joined a different podcast group that he created. And so there's a whole other Facebook group. I don't know if they amalgamated it or whatever. I don't know. But I created a podcast, All the Creative, and I never really created a podcast. And that was right before the pandemic. But Voices and Vibes came, just like how you said your podcast was birthed from your first business, Voices and Vibes was birthed from Black Print. Because as I was onboarding vendors, I was really listening to their stories on why they got started, their whys. And their whys were so remarkable that I was like, let's amplify this voice. And so that's how Voices and Vibes came about. Um, and then really being at the podcast summit in July, Dave just talked about, Dave and Neo talked about the benefits of having an event space. And I have been following Neo for a very long time, um, but never really thought I could get a space. And I don't know what he
Out.
said. No, I didn't really. These guys are on a different level. So even though they say I can show you how to get it, there might be other things. It might be credit, it might be deposit, it might be the confidence, it might be how do you look for a right location. Like I started looking for a spot since coming back from Miami in July, and I found a spot that I thought would be perfect. The rent is probably double what I'm paying right now for my studio. The space is way bigger, and it's main level, and it's main plaza right off the street, perfect location, liquor store, bar, beer store, restaurant, great location. And I contacted that realtor, and what they had it as listed as, it was double that amount. So it would have been 4 times what I'm paying now. And there's just no way. There's just no way I would have. First of all, that clearly wasn't for me.
Agreed.
I think that I would have lost my or been laid off and
I
had that
agree.
space and been freaking out, right?
And
But
I also believe that your whole laid off was really a set free type thing.
come
And
on with the
I
come
didn't
on.
want to say it. I just wanted you to tell your story your way. But to me, it was more so of a set yourself free because it was something that you've been wanting for a very long time. And since you've been
Mhm.
set free, so many things have been able to come from that because you've
Opening
been able
up.
to 100% go all in for you and all of the things that you aspire, and you get to lean into that. And I
Yeah.
think that sometimes it's those of us who still have 9 to 5s or W-2, whatever they call them, you don't feel as though you can give it your all because some of your time is still dedicated to somebody else instead of you. And it makes people feel like they're holding back when in actuality, it's all in the right timing. You have to be ready for that. And sometimes you don't know when it's going to happen. You've been ready to be done with it, but it wasn't in your comfort area to be done
Yeah.
with it. So they were like, well, let us set you free then, Shireen, because 2024 has been amazing for you thus far. And I
So
think
many
that's
things.
the big thing about this studio, this grand opening on Saturday. It's just kind of like it's you springing more into who you were created to be. And then you're also having a space where you're allowing more creators to come and produce whatever their perspective is in this world. And like you said, it comes back to the whole George Floyd thing. It's what you've been wanting to do to continue to amplify Black voices and just support creators. So I'm happy for you. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for you. I think that you should continue to give yourself grace, but continue to just really operate in all of the things that you say you want and continue to shed off that skin of discomfort, of shyness, of I'm nervous, I don't know how it's going to be, and just boldly be you because you haven't let yourself down yet. And I think that's what matters most.
That's an
So just
interesting. Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. No, thank you, Giovanni. That's an interesting statement. It's a process, and I do believe you're. Remember when my son was playing ball, his coach used to always say, "Trust trust the process, trust the process." So it just takes time, and I think since coming back from Miami, getting into Donnie's program as having her as a coach, like I haven't resonated with anyone before. And Donnie's just a person. That is the person that I just resonate with. And she pushes you. And the only thing you're left to face with is yourself if you're not doing the work, right? And, even if she's kind of holding you accountable, you really actually feel like you're holding yourself accountable, right? And it's not that, it's just like other things that they're pushing. It's the books that they're every week, every month we're reading something new, right? It's the groups that have joined coming out of Miami with our own personal accountability. Let me put it to you this way. About a year ago, even 2 years ago, I was saying I really want some business friends. But I remember manifesting that I want to actually have a network of Black women all over the world. I want my network to just expand. I love to say arms across waters, right? And at this moment, I can truly say I have that. Like, it's outstanding. I talk to you ladies in the US too many times in a day, and it's regular. I have a friend in Germany. Girl, I'm in Canada. I have a friend in Germany who's from Ghana, but she lives in Germany. Actually, so whatever, but she's Ghanaian, but she lives in Germany. That will just pull up on me. As a matter of fact, they're on a phone call right now. And then we have another friend that's from the US and she's in Ghana right now. And so we will just pull up on a call at like this time. So I have a friend in North Carolina. And I'm not even talking about Nayetta, right? I'm talking about another girl that I met last year when I was in New York. And it is amazing to have all these business women. And it doesn't matter if I do have a close friend that's not a Black businesswoman, but she's not Black, but she's an amazing
Okay,
friend and business
it's still
supporter.
Women's Month. We're
But what
tapping into all
exactly,
of that
exactly.
woman empowerment. Like,
But
let's
that's what I want to say is like, it is amazing having all these business women, these like-minded business women in different places that I legit can call and text. I can talk about any issue from a business perspective. And at this point, this is like a sisterhood. I have gaps of sisterhoods. So,
well,
you
it's
know,
also Sisterhood Month too. So
that's what I'm saying. So like it's amazing. It is amazing. So I mean, anybody out there who wants a business, has a business, I want to say tap into your community, but it's not even just that. It's tapping into the right people. That we always use the terminology pour into your cup, right? Because I feel so supported. And I just remember when I didn't have this and I was constantly saying, I really want some business women friends that get it, that get why I'm working all hours, that get why I'm risking it all. Like, I was on Donnie's call last night and she asks us to talk about our wins. And I said, Donnie, girl, not only is my studio launching, but now I invested in a multi-family property. Like, I got laid off a month ago. Wow, I'm invested in property? Like, what? But
it's that radical belief in self. And I think
it
that's what
is.
you're really, really saying. Like, if you're thinking about doing this or doing that, just do it.
Do
Like,
it.
as long
Do
if
it.
you
My
feel led
brother's
to,
on my brother's on Instagram. What up, Steven? Come join us on Instagram.
hey, what's
What
up,
on
bro?
YouTube? On YouTube. But go on. Sorry, hun.
What's up, bro? No, I'm just saying. I just feel like it's that. If you believe in yourself, just go do it. Trust yourself, trust the process, commit to it, dive in. And those that are meant to be a part of the journey with you,
Mm.
they're gonna show up. They are
So
going to show up, but you have to show up for you first. And so you can't be
absolutely.
looking around. And I think, and I love this. And I was talking about it with my line sister
I'll answer your
the
question
other
in one
day.
second, Steven. I'll answer your question in 1 second.
I was talking to her I think before our podcast. And I was just telling her, like, one of my other line sisters, like, she's been doing this thing for years. Shout out to Black Women Hustle. And I used to ask her so many different questions, and she was like, Joe, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to trust yourself. You just have to figure it out. You just have to do
Mhm.
it. And when you start doing it, you'll start knowing what's for you and what's not for you. You'll figure it out. And so many times we get into entrepreneurship and we want everyone to tell us what to do. We want everybody to hold our hand and tell us what they think will be ideal. And at the end of the day, no one can tell you how to be you. No one can tell you what your dream look like, what your vision look like, what your mission is going to be. Only you know that. Only you know what feels good to you when you do it. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it was that was just like, okay, Giovanni, you really got to start listening to yourself. You really got to start believing in yourself. You really have to just look at the screen and talk to yourself. You got to affirm it. And even though it's uncomfortable because it's a new you, it's an evolution and it's going to take time. You see so many people on social media and in your community that's doing big things on massive levels. That's not you yet. And it could be you. It could be you in the next month. It could be you in the next year. It could be you in the next 5 years. At the end of the day, your journey is your journey. And so if you are, like you said, inspiring to do something, just do it,
Execute it.
and do it scared if you have to. But
Yeah,
just knowing that you did it matters, because you never gonna make a shot you don't take.
it's
So
true.
just take
It's
the
true.
shot.
And
Take
you go as fast as you allow yourself to go, right? Right? While
Agree.
if you're not there, um, if you're not there, I always, for me specifically, it's mindset. So if you're not there from the mindset standpoint,
That's number
sometimes,
one.
yeah, because you might, we've talked about this, Giovanni, like you might
Yeah.
get out there and get out the gate and start doing a bunch of shit, and then it's your mindset that will pull you back, right?
Hmm.
So, if you got that mindset set straight, you can go as far as you need to go, right? And so my brother asked, what about the brotherhood? Honestly, wait, do I have a lot of guy business friends? Not yet, but
I
that
would
was in
love.
his.
I thought about that today,
Did you?
actually. Yes, you know
So,
why? Because I just got another male
yeah,
interested on being on the podcast. So
I
I'm
love
almost
it.
at like 5 different men on the podcast out of like 20 episodes. It was like a few
Yeah,
chefs. It was like a prostate cancer, juice doctor. Like I was counting them. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting men on the podcast. You think it's a
yeah,
women's health type of podcast, but no, men need healing too. And we're talking about the things that's real certain men don't even want to talk about. Families aren't talking about. Like you said, we need more spaces that are talking health. They're talking healing. And so I just love that I'm getting more men on the podcast to share their journeys, because there's not a lot that talk about that. They might talk about
yeah.
mental health. They might talk about fatherhood, but they're not necessarily talking about their health. Because it's not a popular topic for them. But I just thought about that too. I was like, out
About
of
building the
25
brotherhood.
episodes, about five.
No, I love that. I haven't thought about the brotherhood. Um, I haven't thought about the brotherhood part as yet, but I know like Donnie brought it up because initially people would ask if her coaching is just for like women, but there's men in there,
There's men
and
in
what?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. 'Cause I
yeah,
know I have
there's definitely.
friend that did a mindset challenge with me, Antoine. He's there.
There's a
And he
guy. I wonder if that's. I think it's Anton that just spoke. Yeah, I think he just spoke
Mhm.
like yesterday, or was it
He
last
has
week? I
like a
don't
little
remember.
accent. He's like from
Girl,
Charleston. So
everybody has an accent in there,
oh, you're
so
right. You're right.
everybody's got a different dialect.
You're
So
right.
yeah, but my point was, and he talked about being in. I don't know if I think it was him, and talked about being in the morning meetup. But there's one guy in there that we connected as being accountability partners, but it hasn't been that consistent. But I I have one person. I do have one person. And my co-host that I keep going to these different events to. Um, Ryan's been great. He has his own organization from ACBN, and I just did a podcast at his. I got to start dropping those episodes at his symposium, his 5-year symposium. I did a live podcast there, and yeah, I'll say the brotherhood is slowly beginning to grow. I haven't intentionally found people, looked out for people, but I don't even think I need to
It's
look
gonna
at
attract. They're
it
gonna attract.
exactly. It's gonna
It'll
just
attract.
come
Just
to
like
me,
your
right? Yeah,
co-host.
it's gonna just come. The right people will
It's
come
gonna
to me.
happen. It's gonna get in that alignment. You don't
Exactly,
have to
exactly.
force
So
it.
it'll
It's
grow
gonna happen.
organically,
Mhm.
but I am excited about just these different businesses. And also, what I'm really excited about is like not just having the time, but I was renting a lot of spaces before. So having my own space, I can now do so much more for Black print, right? Having my own space, I can film in there for Voices and Vibes. So it's kind of like I learned a little bit about business number one. I learned a little bit about business number two, and I'm still learning. And then I'm learning about business number three. And now I get to grow them. And so they do say do one thing at a time. So I've primarily been focused on the studio because, that is going to bring me money even when I'm not in there. Right. But they are going to start growing together, and I'm going to be able to be creative for the other businesses in there. But it's also
Sounds
open
dope.
to the
Like you're
public,
pretty much opening, like you're creating your own business ecosystem,
right?
and
Girl, I've
and
already,
that's what
I,
it's all about. That's what it's all about.
I
And then I
had
didn't think about
already
it,
mapped out my ecosystem over a year and a half ago.
and it looked just
So,
like this.
yes,
That's so y'all trust your vision. Trust the vision that you have, and
I
know that you're
legit
going to
have
get
my
there in some
ecosystem
way, shape, form,
already.
or fashion. Be
Mhm.
resilient. Be
Yeah.
optimistic. You get down, get back up.
It's
Somebody
not
burn
only that, your
you,
tribe will
put
come
you
to
some
you, your people will
coconut
come to
oil on
you.
that burn and keep it pushing. You're gonna find the right people that's gonna elevate
They'll
you
come to
and help
you.
you
They will
take you
come
to
to
the
you.
next level. People in spaces that you don't even know you're gonna need are gonna tap in. You're gonna provide them value. They're gonna take you someplace with them. Just y'all, just
Yeah.
trust yourself. Women, trust yourself.
Men,
Men, trust yourself. But
people.
most importantly, y'all, support each other.
Yeah.
Support each other. That's what we need. We need support.
Yeah.
Support each other so we can continue to do things on massive levels, scale, and reach the most people we can. So
Yeah.
I'm with that.
I don't have our closing.
And I
Oh,
want to
it
say
doesn't
also
matter
for
because
your brother, a card just dropped out. And for your brother, I have a question. One of my signal questions is
he's not
always
on
for
there anymore, but you can
girl
ask.
dads and father figures. So even in that conversation on every episode, we're talking about the brotherhood.
I love
That's
that.
cool. I just wanted to say that one part because I know he talked about it. All right, check close us out.
All right, so three jumped out.
Ooh, come on.
So me, I'm gonna read what jumps out.
All three. Let's go.
Okay. My first one says do something. Send a
Mm.
text to a friend letting them know you appreciate them. Okay. So reach out. And somebody just jumped in there and said, oh, Steven is there. Okay. I didn't see it. He said, good job, ladies.
Thank
Um,
you.
the next one is how would you describe your authentic self? And it actually just says, because it's not a question that we're asking us. There's a statement here. My authentic self is enough. So when you're out there and you're creating your business, just know that you are enough. It really doesn't matter who's tapping in and who's not tapping in. Your people will find you. Just know that you are enough. And honestly, sometimes we read these messages. I'm going to take that one because I am enough. Giovanni, I want you to take it because you are enough. Stephen, I want you to take it because we know you there. You are enough. Crystal, we know you rock with us. So, Crystal, you are enough. And anybody else watching, just know that you are enough. Bam. And our last one says this or that. You can deal with this or you could deal with that. Attend an intimate dinner party or go to a local block party. And I'm going to just say, chop it up to say, go network. Go meet people, baby. Go meet people. Go network. Go find a new place to be, whether that's that block party because you guys got some sun or an intimate gathering. Go and meet somebody new and build your network. And then you can have the same kind of reflections that Giovanni and I have been chit chatting about tonight. That's what I got. What you got, girl? Telling people where to find you.
Yo, it's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Joe Bonnie. You can find me on Four Vibrations, Facebook page, Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives on Instagram, forward_vibrations on Instagram. All the links are down in the description of the video. But y'all, most importantly, go subscribe to the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. That's where all the healing really is hosting. That's a special sacred space, filled with intention, vulnerability, but most importantly, love. And we just want you to be empowered on your healing journey. It's your journey, so you make it whatever it is that you want it to be. Um, and last but not least, get that free plant-based alternatives guide and start making some changes and see how your body feels as you continue to consume more plant-based nutrients in your life. Thanks for
Right.
vibing with me, y'all.
I will say it's Shireen Simon, the host of Voices and Vibes. So check that out. You can check that out on all your podcasting, streaming, listening, wherever you do it, as well as YouTube if you're not on this channel right now. And I would say head on over to blackprint.com and sign up for our newsletter so we can keep you in the loop with what's happening with us, what new products are coming out, with new vendors we have joining our platform. And pretty soon, not yet, but pretty soon, you can join the Perspective Studio Productions um, newsletter as well. But we will do some cross branding, so don't worry about it. We'll definitely do some cross branding. And I think that's all I got. Like, go follow us. And if you are local, come out to Mary Street in Whitby. Come out to 101 and a half Mary Street West on Saturday, this Saturday. If you're
Come on.
watching this, it is March the 9th. It's officially tomorrow because we're after midnight over here. So, March the 9th out in Whitby, come on down to this podcast studio. We are having our grand opening. I have created a podcast game so you can come out and try the equipment. We will be recording. We have our content sets ready to go for you to come out and take some pics. And the photography room is ready for you to come in and just like enjoy the space. And, come out and say hi to me because I'm excited to meet people.
I'm
That's
ready.
it, girl.
Girl, we did that.
Hmm. As
Proud of you.
always. And come
Until
back
next
here next Thursday
until
because we're
next
here every Thursday. Every
until next
Thursday.
time. Y'all turn the notification bell on.
Yeah, man, on
Turn it
both
on.
channels.
Because you just never know. Shireen might be going live on YouTube.
I'm going
You
live on
might have
Saturday, so
open-
you
you
don't
might
you
have
don't
a
want to
list
miss
for us
that.
to click and play. Who knows? But just come vibe with us, y'all. It's Voices and Vibe, Empowered Place, Empowered Lives. We out, baby.
All right, have a
Have
good
an
night.
overcoming weekend.
Take care.